I know for me, back in the heyday, when I first got started in network marketing and I was broke, busted, and disgusted, I was a drunk punk loser, had no background in business, no business being in business. I needed guidance. I needed to know what to do on a daily basis to create results and earn some profits. In this day and age, things are definitely different than when I got started 21 years ago because we have social media and technology and all the things, but a lot of the fundamentals are still crucial. You still want to do personal development every day. You should still sweat every day, whether that's a walk around the block or going to the gym. Like, there's things you should still do every day that would be like basic fundamentals. But I'm going to talk about those income producing activities in your business. I think it's a good reminder of what to do and where you're at in your business, right? Like, let's say you're wanting to build a team or you're wanting to get better at marketing. Like, there's things you should be doing every day to get better at certain activities, right? At certain skills, if you will. So the ugly truth is you're going to have to start at suck. You're going to embarrass yourself. It's going to be awkward. You're not going to be naturally great at everything you do when you start a business like this. This is why we recommend every day doing your gratitude journal. This is why we recommend doing the personal development. This is why we recommend working on you, because everywhere you go, there you are, right? Like, you are the variable in the equation, and you're going to have good days and bad days, good weeks, bad weeks. This is not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be rich. Everybody would be at the top of the comp plan. Everybody would be earning residual income. It's not meant to be easy. It's meant to be worth it. How can you get better and master the mundane? And I think some of us, we get too caught up in the weeds with all the complicated stuff, right? We want project broadcast and, we want to, build a TikTok and an email list and we're going to get good at reels and all these different things. And you have to keep in mind that you can have it all, but you can't do it all at once. Like, I remember back in the day when we had a podcast, it wasn't in our bandwidth. We just didn't have the ability to post consistent episodes. So we shut it down. And then 2 years later, we reopened our podcast with brand new content. And now our podcast, I think, has like 300 or 400,000 downloads. So there's seasons, right? There's seasons when, like, you don't want to bite off more than you can chew. Sometimes I see people, they're kind of rewarding themselves prematurely, right? They're buying the Louis Vuitton bags prematurely. They're taking time off, or they worked really hard for a whole 30 days and then they take their foot off the gas for 30 days and their whole business falls apart because they don't have much of a foundation, right? Number one, I would focus on the basics every day. Now, I know some of you are in different companies. I know some of you have different types of products, but the basics are still the basics, right? Prospecting every single day, creating conversations every single day, putting out a piece of content every single day. I don't know how many of you have our FAME formula. See, the FAME formula is all about helping you become famous in your network marketing company, where you set a timer for 15 minutes. How many of you do like power hours? So those power hours should be focused around those IPAs we talked about, the income producing activities. So if I were you, I would set a timer for 15 minutes, focus on follow-ups. Anyone you've spoke to about your products or opportunity in the last week or two, existing customers, potential customers, people you put into group chats, people you put into the ATM groups. And by the way, if some of the people you follow up with instantly respond, I wouldn't respond to them. For 15 minutes, you're proactively sending out messages. You're following up with people you spoke to. You're going through. How many of you have a follow-up book? Please, God, tell me you have a database or a physical follow-up book. Look, if you're adding people to the groups and you're not keeping track of those people, this is why you struggle. Still today, I have a follow-up book. Still today, I ATM every single person I talk to about the products or opportunity, depending on what they're interested in. Still today, I set up group chats with my prospects, but then the fortune's in the follow-up. Most people do not sign up after one conversation, after one video, after one follow-up. It's the constant follow-up reminder, but also doing it in a way that doesn't seem pushy, desperate, or needy. If you have commission breath, it stinks. Set a timer, 15 minutes on follow-up, 15 minutes on adding people to the groups, prospecting people, popping the question, I know so many of us don't like rejection. We don't want to feel sleazy or slimy. I don't like reaching out to people. But it's like, do you like being broke? You don't like reaching out to people? Well, let me ask you this. Did someone reach out to you? I'm thankful that someone didn't prejudge me 20 plus years ago. Thank God, my friend Mike Callahan, who I'm still friends with today, thank God he didn't prejudge me. Thank God he brought me out to that very first meeting. And he wasn't worried about, well, what if John makes fun of me? What if John says no? Get over yourself. You are a professional conversation starter. Now, you don't always have to approach people in the first sentence, the first message, the first conversation. You don't always have to lead with the business. You can lead with the product. You can lead with referrals, asking for referrals, asking them to do a referral post. There's different ways you could do it. But if you're not proactively reaching out to people and popping the question every single day, you're missing the boat. I would spend 15 minutes. I would set the timer for 15 minutes, proactively, intentionally reaching out to pop the question. Hey, Kim, how's the family? What have you been up to this year? Like, what's your big initiative this year? What are you excited about? Kim responds, oh, John, it's good to hear from you. It's been a while. I appreciate the message. Oh, awesome. Fantastic. Listen, the reason I'm reaching out to you is because I found a way to fire my boss, pay off these damn student loans, and my goal is to even retire my wife later this year. And I would love to share some information with you. I immediately thought of you when I saw this video. It blew my mind, this compensation plan, this company, these products. If you're open, let me know. If not, no big deal. That was just off the top of my head. See, I know there's a lot of scripts out there and, copy and paste stuff. And listen, I think you should use scripts. We have scripts. It's not necessarily the words you say. The words matter, language matters, but it's about the way you say it, your enthusiasm, your tonality, your excitement. Plus, did you notice I included my why, right? Like, let's say I'm just getting started, right? Let's say I'm still trying to figure this thing out. I'm still like in the beginning. I'm not making money, right? I'm brand new. But I can talk about my goal. My goal is to fire my boss. My goal is to put my kids in private school. My goal is to build up, a nest egg for the next 3 years. Over the next 3 years, build up a nest egg so I can put my kids into the college of their dreams and they don't have to take on student loans like I did. Like, be very specific about why you're doing what you're doing, why your company, why your product. In fact, I want you to write this down. Write this down. I'm going to challenge you to make a list of the reasons, your personal reasons for doing the business you're doing. I wanted to make more money, but also be at all my son's travel baseball games. That's why I wanted to start an online business. Do you see how that's very specific? Okay. So come up with your personal reasons why, make a list, have those in front of you every time you're prospecting for that 15 minutes. Now, for some of us, maybe we're leading with the product. Okay, then come up with those reasons why you love the products you're using, being specific. I was sick and tired of feeling lethargic and having trouble sleeping and just not feeling good. So I decided to take my health serious, and I found a product that I'm freaking blown away by. The science, the testimonials. I'm so excited to try it. And I'm just reaching out to some of my closer friends, some of the people I care about, to see if they would be open. And I thought of you. If you'd be open to trying the product, let me know. It's amazing. I'm so excited. Here's why. Again, be specific. So have your personal reasons and then have the reasons why you chose the company or the product that you chose. But again, 15 minutes. You're sending out these messages, right? You're connecting with people. I would also spend 15 minutes creating a piece of content. Maybe you go live for 15 minutes. Maybe you come up with a couple reels that you want to create. Look, it doesn't take that much time. It really doesn't. Even if you're part-time, like, you can have that power hour mentality of like, even if let's say you have a lot of momentum in your business, you should still have a power hour mentality. You should still spend 60 minutes on personal production. So again, 15 minutes on follow-up, 15 minutes on prospecting, ATMing, adding people to the groups, right? FAME, follow-up, adding people to the groups, marketing, and then E, expanding your network. I like the DMO, the daily method of operation, but I also like the WMO, weekly method of operation, because let's be honest, there's some days where we don't reach out to 5, 10, 15 people. We're not feeling it, or we're super busy, or we're traveling, or whatever's going on. And we can't do the reach outs. We can't do the birthdays. So maybe you have like your weekly method of operation, WMO, because I think, and I think it was Rob Sperry I was talking to about this, where he's like, listen, have a goal of 25 business conversations a week. Now, for some of you that are more ambitious, maybe it's 50 business conversations a week, whatever it is. But the point is, there's going to be some days where you have more energy, you have more time, and you don't have to beat yourself up if you had a slow day. You had a busy day like in your regular life and you didn't have as much time to put into your home business, but then the next day you can make it up. You can make up the difference. Like when I was a mortgage banker, my goal was to make 100 calls a day, 100 calls a day, because the guy that hired me said, you can earn 6 figures as a mortgage banker if you're making 100 calls a day. And I just believed him. So I made 100 calls a day. Now, did I literally make 100 calls every day? No. Some days I made 150. Some days I made 75. But the point is, by the end of the week, my goal is to have at least 500 calls, outbound calls. Sometimes people, they kind of have the wrong mentality about network marketing. They're like, well, I don't have a lot of time. And it's like, I want you as a leader to understand this. My thought process when someone says, I don't have time, it's like, okay, well, that's exactly why you should get started. But I also know that it's just not a priority to them yet. They don't see the big picture. They could find the time if they knew what I knew about residual income. See, look, the problem is the reason most people don't have time to do something like this, because they're working all the time. They're busy being busy, not busy building wealth. They're not busy getting rich. They're busy being busy. They're exchanging time for dollars, time for dollars, time for dollars. They stop putting in time. They stop making dollars. If you don't have time to do this stuff that I'm talking about, all the more reason to do the stuff I'm talking about. But the beauty is they know people. See, I always tell people that are super busy, super successful, I don't need your time, I need your contacts. If you don't introduce me to people, it's going to be really hard for me to help you. So mastering the mundane, right? Every single day, reaching out to people, every single day, creating conversations, building relationships, staying in touch with people. So I want you to write this down, 553. Every day I want to connect with 5 new people. People that either I've never spoke to every single day, or people I haven't spoke to in a while, like 6 months or more. Imagine if you all did that. That would be literally over the course of 30 days. That's the first 5. The second 5, pop the question 5 times a day. It should not take you that long to ask 5 people if they're open to losing weight, feeling better, looking younger, making money. And by the way, 553, what's the 3? 3 people that you put into an ATM group or you put into a group chat. Oh my gosh. If you were to ATM 90 people, adding 90 people into your Facebook group over the next 30 days, I'm telling you, even if you don't have immediate results, that's 90 seeds planted. And as you're showing up, posting in your stories, creating curiosity, figuring out creative ways to show up consistently as a person of value, because that's going to water those seeds you're planting. I think I went over most of what I wanted to talk about. I would also create a schedule. I know I've been talking about this a lot recently, but I'm just hearing so many people say they're struggling with what to do every day and, organizational, like you need to treat it like a freaking business. You are the CEO of your social media. You're the CEO of your life. You're the CEO of your business. Like you need to get serious. You're not going to build an empire haphazardly, just randomly building your business when you feel like it, slipping it into the nooks and crannies. If you're treating it like a side hustle, a side gig, you're never going to build an empire. You're never going to create the results you desire. If you're not doing at least, in my opinion, at least 3 to 5 hours of intentional, focused work every week, you're never going to create big results. Now you're going to say, well, I got a full-time job. I got things. I understand that, but nobody said getting rich was easy. You have to figure it out. You have to figure this out. Maybe do 30 minutes in the morning before work and 30 minutes during your lunch break. Pack a sandwich, eat your meal for 30 minutes, right? The second half of that hour, you spend on these money-making activities. And then maybe you do a 30-minute session in the evening. I don't know, but you need to create a schedule. You need to hold your feet to the fire and be accountable to yourself. That's who you're responsible for. You're not responsible for anyone but yourself.